Okay, hello. Is anybody here? Don't look like it. So, go ahead. Hello, owner, whoever that is. Thanks for joining us. About to get started right now. Have everybody on mute when they come in. So when you come in, just jump, if you have a question, put it in the chat and I'll answer it at the end of the class. Let's get started here. And what would I do if I didn't have my own theme music? Who's that we got on? Who's on now? That's it. That's me. I'm speaking with Who Dat Steppers, and I'm here to make a dance. I teach urban swing dance, and it means to teaching people how to dance. I teach this whole genre of dance that most African Americans in New Orleans are not familiar with. But there's a whole genre of dance that we created that we don't really know, that we don't really support, and it's a lot of fun. So I've been trying to bring that here for the longest. So this time, this opportunity with COVID gave me the opportunity to do it online, and hopefully I'll reach more people. So what I have now, from my experience from doing this in the past, I realized that people are coming to my class wanting to learn how to dance. And that's two separate things, all right? You gotta be able to understand dance, understand, have rhythm, be able to do those things instinctively, right? Because that's all a part of dancing. So what I started doing after the, actually before the COVID incident, endemic, I designed a class where I have a 12-week class where it's just going to be all fundamentals. And I'm going to show you the basic techniques and theories of dance that you need to understand the dance before you start a swing dance class. Because a lot of people start a swing dance class and they really want to learn how to dance. That's really not a good place to start learning how to dance. Well, not really, you can do it, but it's a little hard if you don't know these basic principles. So what I've done, I divided the class into 3 groups, right? Based on the number of beats you dance to. And that's the biggest problem that most people have with learning to dance, is that they don't know how to listen to the beats of music or hear the beats of music. People tell me all the time, oh, I don't have no rhythm, you know, and that's not true. If you got a pulse, that's a rhythm. All a rhythm is a period of time between two events, all right? That's what a beat is, right? So if you have a heartbeat, you got a rhythm. You got a pulse, you got a rhythm, all right? So, but what you have to learn how to do is be able to hear those rhythms of beats of music and dance to them, right? So that's what I started teaching, right? Last 3 or 4 weeks, I was teaching, I grouped the dances into 4-beat, 6-beat, and 8-beat dances, right? The minimum number of beats you can have for a dance is 4 beats. And what this little chart is, it's called Universal Unit System, right? It's a system I got from Skipper Blair, taking her swing dance instructor class, and it breaks down music, gives you the music. This is one big card. The big card is the music, right? That's the time, right? And these cards are what your feet are doing, right? And what you're basically doing, you're taking one pattern, a musical pattern, and putting a foot pattern on that musical pattern. That's dancing. Dance is basically moving your feet to beats of music, right? But if you don't know how to do this, and you just were taught to dance by looking at your feet and you're not paying attention to the music, that's why you don't have the rhythm. Because you're not associating that with what your feet are doing to the music, right? And some people count feet. That's not what this music is doing. The music is going in a 1 and a 2 and a 3, and it doesn't change for all popular music, with the exception for waltz, which is not pop music. All popular music is played in 4/4 time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The way that swing dance got its name is that the Big Bang era band leaders, they saw that 4/4, a straight time, was too fast for most people to dance to. So what they did was called swinging the beat. That's when you start adding the and in between the numbers. That's time. I have a system that I use. I always talk about the rule of 3, right? I give you 3 things, right? Use the rule of 3 on this. Right? Dance is basically about timing, patterns, and connections. That's all dance is, all right? So you understand, once you understand timing, pattern, this is common in all dance. Timing, patterns, and connections. Once you understand that, you will feel a lot more comfortable when you're in an environment where you have to dance, whether you know the dances or not, because you're going to understand this theory, right? I can walk into a country western place and they're doing country 2-step, I can do that. I can do that because I understand what they're doing. I may not be fancy. Everybody wants to be fancy like Dancing with the Stars. Actually, most people just want to have, especially because I have more ladies in my class than I have men. And most women are usually a lot of the dancers. And there's a reason for that. The reason is because women are more empathetic. They really feel the music. They want that connection, right? And so that's what they're doing when they're dancing. Guys really pretty much want to get out there and show off what they can do all this fancy stuff, right? But the ladies really feel the music. It's how they connect. It's how they vibe. So that's what we're doing. So without further ado, I'm gonna go from what we started last week. Last week we started the 60 series of dances, right? And so what I started with last week, and I'm gonna give you a brief. I always like to go over my week before, to give you a brief review. But you can always find those classes from the week before on my YouTube site, Who Dat Steppers at YouTube, and you'll find it under It's listed under instructional video, so you can find the previous week's stuff on the YouTube. But I always like to go over the week before just to get people kind of up to speed where they're at. So last week we started the 6-beat series of dances, right? So the 6-beat series of dances consist of, that I'm teaching, consists of hand dance, Dallas-Fort Worth swing, Chicago Steppin, and a little bit of West Coast swing. And the point is that all these dances dance to 6 beats of music, right? Now, that's common. So that's, once you figure out, oh, they dance to 6 beats of music, if you know one of these dances that dance 6 beats to 6 beats of music, all you have to figure out is the direction and the pattern that they're doing, right? So when we started out with hand dance, I showed you that hand dance. Hand dance, we're doing an old school hand dance. There's a more up-to-date version that they do in DC. But the hand dance that I was brought up on is basically a 6-beat dance, and it doesn't have a slot. You can just dance anywhere. And the slot means that the follower travels north and south, and the leader travels east and west. But in hand dance, you don't have a direction. You can end up anywhere, right? So the old-fashioned hand dance that I teach. So the pattern for that was 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. That's hand dance, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. That's the old hand dance foot pattern. That's the basic pattern. Another rule of 3. You have all dances going to have, it's an element, when I say the rule of 3, this is counting all the dances. So all dances are going to have a basic pattern, they're going to have a half turn, and they're going to have a full turn, right? That's going to be in every dance. So once you learn them in one, it's just a matter of learning how to do them to that pattern in the next dance. So that's what hand dance is like. Now they are both, when we start counting these foot patterns, right? We say this is a double rhythm, a triple rhythm, and a triple rhythm. Now notice that these dots, the big dots are under the numbers. That means you are actually stepping on that beat. The little dot is in between the numbers. That's because you're stepping in between the time between the 3 and the 4 beat. Remember again, dance is about timing, patterns, and connection. So these and are equals time. That's the amount of time. Like if you have a race in a stopwatch, they don't do it on a whole second, they break it down to milliseconds. But that's what we kind of do in dance. We break it down to microseconds, right? Instead of a whole count, right? And so when you look at this triple rhythm is called a straight triple. What that means is that it's right in between. It's evenly placed in between the 3 and the 4, right between the and the up. So that's 3 and 4, 5 and a 6. And so that's what I was doing with the hand dance. I was going 1, 2, 3, and the 4, 5, and the 6, right? But you can use that same rhythm applies to a dance called Dallas-Fort Worth swing. Now, the only thing that changes is the direction that I'm going to do that. So with Dallas-Fort Worth swing, it'll be 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Same rhythm, but a different dance. And that's what I'm saying. When you start understanding these fundamentals, once you learn hand dance, well, you basically know Dallas-Fort Worth swing. You just got to see what direction that they're moving, right? So that's from last week. So now, bring you up, I just brought you up to speed to where we're starting at this week. So now, another rule of 3. You have more than one triple rhythm. There are 3 types of triple rhythms, right? This is the basic triple rhythm, a straight triple rhythm. 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Notice my steps are placed evenly. 3 and 4, 5 and 6. The timing is even. The rhythm is even. Then you have a rhythm that looks like this. Then you have a rhythm that's called a rolling triple rhythm, right? This is the rhythm of a dance that I'm going to show y'all next week called West Coast swing. The straight triple is 1, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. But the triple rhythm for Dallas-Fort Worth Saint, I'm sorry, for West Coast Swing is 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6. If I was doing it forward, it would be 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6, right? I'm counting the numbers where I step at. Notice now, compare this triple to that triple. This triple is right under the 8. This triple is in between the 8 and the and, right? That's what makes that little minute difference what makes the dance look different, right? Because it's a different rhythm and it's a different direction, right? Then you have Chicago Steppin. That's what we're gonna work on today, right? Chicago Steppin has a really unique triple rhythm in that you notice the other two triples are between the numbers, right? Chicago Steppin is before the odd beat, right? This one is usually after the odd beat, before the even beat, but this triple has the beat before the odd number, right? So what a Chicago Steppin triple looks like is and 3, 4, and 5, 6. If I was walking forward a beat, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Those are triple rhythms, but they're 3 different types of triple rhythms. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the patterns, show you the basic patterns for Chicago Steppin. I'll show you the basic, the turn, the half turn, and the full turn. Now, I go through all this first because I got to give you the theory first, and then we're going to apply. And what you should be doing, you should be practicing this at home. I've had people in my class that tell me all the time, and I tell people this, that you do not have to have a partner to do this, right? And so COVID-19 said, okay, now you grew. You've been telling people that don't need to have a partner, so now you show them. So this is exactly what you do. This is how I practice, right? So I'm going to show you the basic pattern. I'm going to show you the turns, and then I'm going to do it to music for you, right? And you should be doing it with it, right? Because that's how you learn. So the basic pattern for Chicago Steppin, if we was doing a basic up and back, going forward to be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Right? If we did it in place, it would look like this: 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. The emphasis is on that first and, right? Whereas opposed to these in the middle for the other one, and in front of the even number for the last one, right? So that's what I'm showing you. These minute differences make a difference in dance. So I'm showing you the up and back pattern for the basic for Chicago Steppin. But if you ever go to Chicago Steppin, the way I learned it, they teach people this. And I'm giving you the benefit of my experience, right? They teach people what's called a crossover pattern, right? So that'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. That's really isn't the basic pattern. That's really a style, right? And you find a lot of people doing this when they don't have to. And it makes it hard for the leader to give you a lead if you're doing this. Now, if he leads you through that, you can do that. If I start leading her, 1, 2, and then she follows that. But if you're doing that all the time, you're not gonna be ready for other things. So that's why it's important to learn the basic rhythm. So the basic rhythm, I'm gonna do it from the side, and I'm gonna do it from the follower's position. There's always a leader and a follower. In most dances, the leader starts on the left foot, but in Chicago Steppin, the leader starts on the right foot, right? So I'm gonna show you what this looks like from the side, and then I'm gonna turn around and you can do it with me, so as you can see if you can be on the right foot. I'm gonna do it for the follower's part, with the left foot. So that'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. And it's important for you not to shuffle. A lot of people have a tendency to want to go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. It's not the same thing. And that's fine when you're just doing a basic. But when I start trying to give you turns, and if you're shuffling on the same foot, and I'm expecting you to be on the other foot, it's going to be difficult. So always put one foot in front of the other, all right? Or just kind of, your knees should be passing each other, in other words, right? So I'm going to show you what that looks like again. This time from the leader side, with the right foot, that'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Going back, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Right? Show you from this side. Start with my left foot for the follower. It'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Going back, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Right? From the back, when you do it with me, you're going to start the follower, you're going to start on your left foot. I suggest you try this with me, that way you can understand. What we say, you don't learn how to dance in the classroom, you learn how to dance on the dance. So if you get up, you think you got it, but when you get up, you can't do it, then you need to work it out. You work it out on the dance floor. So while you have me here for the benefit of my presence being here, use it. So do this with me. Start 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. All right. So that's the basic pattern. Now I'm going to show you the other 2 turns. Half turn. Every dance has a half turn and a full turn. They may call it something different, but it's either half turn or full turn. Because what dance basically is you're manipulating time and space. Time is the music, space is how much space you got to deal with in a club. You know, they say the smaller the club, the bigger the party. Remember that song? Well, a lot of times it could be a pretty big club, especially when you go to big urban swing dance events. And this is big everywhere else but in malls, which is sad because if you don't have jazz, you don't have swing dance. It started here, it has its origins here. But when you're in a small room, or when you're in a room that has a group of people, a lot of people, you have limited space. So you have to limit that timing to the space that you have. So the only 2 things that you can do a lot of time is a half turn and a full turn. Basically, a half turn is 180-degree turn facing the other side of the room. And basically, most of this is referencing to it what the leader is trying to do with the follower, right? So he's trying to get the follower to the other side of the room. He may go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6 to get her to the other side of the room, right? Or if he wants to just dance in place because they don't have a lot of room, he's going to give her a full turn, right? And that's going to look like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, right? So one of the things that I covered in one of my first class is posture, right? That's important, right? It's important to be able to keep your weight evenly distributed over your feet, right? You have a center line, a center of gravity, right? Your center point is right here, like in your solar plexus. That's what we're trying to keep over our base. Our base right now, since I'm standing on 2 feet, is a 2-foot base. But when I start walking, my base shifts to a 1-foot base. But I'm shifting my whole weight, a center point of gravity, with my weight. That's called a single. This is called a double. That's called a triple. Rule of 3. Three basic moves that you're gonna do in dance. 3 basic steps. You're either gonna do a single step, a double step, or a triple step. Rule of 3. 3 basic moves. That's every dance. That's all you're doing. It's some combination of a single, double, or triple rhythm, right? So I'm gonna show you how to do the half turn for Chicago Steppin. I'll show you half left and then a half right. I'm gonna do it from the follower starting on my left, right? So if you was a follower, you was doing a half left turn, it'd be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Again, it'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. A lot of mistakes beginners make when they do these turns, they lose their center point of gravity. They lose that center over their base, right? When I'm standing like this, my center point of gravity is not over either foot. So when you start doing a turn like this, now your center point is everywhere, right? And you don't not gonna really have that much space. So when you do these full turns, try to keep that weight, take small steps, no matter what you're doing, because the larger the step, the larger you have to recover your center point of gravity, right? And we don't want that. So we want to do, when you're going forward, notice I'm taking a little step. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Because I'm trying to keep my center point of gravity over whichever base that I'm on. So when we're doing the half turn, the half left turn, for the follow, it would look like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Do it again to get back around. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. That's the half left turn. If we did a half right turn, it'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Right? Now I did it on the 3 and the 2, on the and the 3, but I could have easily just did it on the and, right? But I'm just showing you, it doesn't really matter where you do it. It depends on where your lead gives it to you. But you'll understand that better when you have a partner, right? So I'll show you how to do it when you do it on the and, because it's easy to understand that way. If I was doing a half right, and the follow starts on the left, it'll be 1, 2, this will be a half left, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. It'll be on the first hand. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. That's doing it on the ands. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Half left. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. If I did a half right, now I will wait to the second hand. It'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Coming back to another half right, it'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. 1, 2. All right? That's the basic half turn. Now I'm gonna show you the full turn. For the full turns, you can do them on the 2 and can't remember off the top of my head, I'll just show you. So if we're doing a full turn, if the follower's on her left foot, she will go 1. This will be a right full turn. 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 1. Again, it will look like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. If I wanted to do a half left turn, it'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Again, a left full turn would be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Now I'm going to show you how it looks from the back. From the back, from the follower's point of view, she would be on her left foot. She would take that first step, 1, 2, half left full turn, 1, 3, start over. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Again, it looks like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. If I want to do a right full turn, it'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. Right? Now, it's not so more important of what number you do it on, as long as that you finish by 6. That's the most important thing. You know, and that's why I tell people, don't worry about with your foot. It's don't worry about the time. Because the time is what connects you and your partner, right? You are listening to the rhythm and the timing of the music. Now, we did those, now I'm going to demonstrate it to you, to music. We always like to start dance with music that has a relatively slow tempo, because that's easier for you to learn. As a matter of fact, it's harder for you to dance slow than it is for you to dance fast. Because when you're dancing fast, you can cover a lot of your mistakes. When you're dancing slow, not so easy. All right, so let's do this. This is a popular stepping song.
What makes a business a business?
As fast as. All right. Always keep your hands at an L. Keep that social distance. We were doing social distance before the pandemic. Now every song, most songs have a little interlude, right? So you rapping, meet somebody you don't know. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, my name is Al. Oh, nice to meet you. Now you start. 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Used to be one of my best friends.
5, 6. 1,
Someone
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2,
when my days went to December, I know we had to go home. And I knew things would get so hard. And I know love you for you. You are.
I'm going this way.
I don't blame you.
1, 2, 5, 6.
Seems that way you feel.
5, 6. 1, 2,
Please tell me something. I will take to make us again. I don't blame you for running. Seems those places you've been. Please, can you tell me something? I will take to make it us again. Everybody knows that
You're ready. 1, 2,
I hate myself when I let you go away. But not such an emotion, right? There's depression, there's mistaken conversation. When I'm so trapped, and to make things work, I saw them on the side. I know we had to grow apart, but I never knew that things would get so hard. And I'll always love you for who you are. See, I don't blame you for running. I never seen the places you've been. So please, can you tell me something? I will take to make it out again. See, I don't blame you for running. To see the places you've been. So please, can you tell me something? I will take to make it up again. I know we had to grow apart, but I never knew things would get so hard. And I'll always love you for who you are. I know we had to just grow apart, but I never knew things would get so hard. And I'll always love you for who you are.
And so now we just basically applied all of the moves that I just told you about today. We did the half turn, we did the half turn, we did the basic, we did the full turn. Any questions? Give me a chat, type me a chat. You got a question? No questions? What's your name? Type in your name. I just see owner. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all mute. Okay, what's your name? How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Benita Scott. I'm the lady you spoke with on the telephone on yesterday.
Good, good talking to you. Good talking to you. So, all right, Benita, that's the basics right there. What you think? You got any questions?
I'm watching you, and you look so suave. So you move so it flows. You know, I just doubt.
You gotta understand that. You can do that too.
I don't know about that.
Go just like that. But you're not gonna know if you can do it if you just sit down. You got to get up and do it to see if you can do it. And that's how you work it out. You figure it out while you're doing it. But if you just sit and watch and say, "Oh, he looks so smooth. I wish I could do that," you're never gonna do it. You got to get up and do it. And it's really it's something that you've been doing all your life. You know how to walk. That's all dancing is. It's weight changes to music. Instead of just going, I'm going 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. That's all you're doing. It's really not that complicated, you know. But you're never gonna know what you can do until you try. So I think I saw your husband in the background, but he said, "Ah, no, I ain't got it." But look,
he's a very good dancer. He's a very good dancer.
That's cool. That's cool. That's good. So, you know, work with him, you guys work it out together. I'm gonna put this up online. I'm gonna save it. You can go back and look at it. You can look at all of my videos up there. Beginning with, I think I started like around April 15th. And I'm just gonna keep a little library of this basic information because this is what I find that people don't understand when they come to my class. And it makes it harder for me because I gotta go back and teach you this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I try to give you guys that stuff up front. Then that way, when you come to class, you're ready to start. Because I have to go over all this, you know, most of the time when I start my class, you know, because people maybe like you know, they come in and they don't have a clue, they don't have any rhythm, you know, and people take that for granted. Trust me, I know since I've been doing this for a while, all black people don't have rhythm. Right? We don't.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to break that down. So what I did is I did this little video. And so from when I start my formal classes, when I'm going through, but this is just the basic stuff, but this is the stuff that all you need to know to dance. Know the basic turn pattern, know how to do a half turn and a left turn, a full turn, and you dancing. That's all you really need to know, especially for the follower, because you just follow. You just reacting to whatever the signal the lead gives you, right? So all you have to do is keep this time. If you're doing Chicago Steppin, you got to keep the timing. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and that's what you practice at home. As a matter of fact, when I first started learning, I would do when I'd be at work, I'd be in the bathroom practicing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'd be walking around. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6. You got to do it until it becomes second nature, right? We say repetition builds retention because you can't be looking at your feet when you're dancing. There's too much going on, right? So you have to listen to the music, and the music dictates what you're doing, right? So like you said, when I was counting, I looked robotic. But when I stopped counting and just start feeling and listening to the music, that's where that smoothness comes in. Because I'm hearing the music and I'm just moving to the music. And that's dancing. That's all it is to it. Well,
what I think I need to do is do it with no one but me in the room, because I don't have the confidence to do that in front of anybody. And then once I start to build my confidence, then I can, you know.
Right, and everybody has that. Trust me. Don't think that when I first started doing this, I had the confidence that I do now. This is the great thing about swing dance, any type of urban swing dance, any type of swing dance. Everybody was a beginner at one time. And most people empathize and know where you're at. And they're not trying to embarrass you because they want to both look good when they're dancing. They want you to look good and them to look good. So if you mess it up, or if you're not on time, it's not gonna make them look good. So that's what I love about swing dances. It really connect the community. They always support each other. Nobody's gonna laugh at you if they do it in fun, you know, but they're not gonna poke fun of anything, right? Because everybody was a beginner, including me.
Well, I definitely want to do this.
Huh?
I definitely want to do this because every time we go someplace where there is dance, like we go to the Kappa Ball every year, and at the table, my husband dances with all of the ladies at the table, all the ladies that did not come with a date. He dances with all of them because I can't dance, you know.
Right.
So I want, and I know he wants to dance with me.
Right.
So I want, and this is one of my New Year's resolutions.
Okay,
I'm not gonna go through this year without learning how to dance. I'm gonna learn how to dance.
Well, I tell you what, the first step you gotta do, you gotta stop wanting and start doing. Wanting ain't gonna get it. You gotta do it to get it, right? All right. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. And go to the what you call them? Go to the video. Go to my YouTube channel, Who Dat Steppers. And just pull it down from there. And there's a whole series of these videos that I've been doing.
Send me some information on your classes.
Okay. All right. I think it was in the referencing thing, but I'll send it to you again. Look, text me, send me your you got my phone number?
Why don't you give it to me? I have my pen and
504 564
524
504 564 6941.
It's those second set of 3 numbers that I'm not getting.
564 6941.
Hold on one second.
I tell you what, I'll type in the chat for you.
Is this correct?
564. Yep, that's it. You got it.
Okay, I'm gonna text you my information, and I want to go to a class. I think I do better by being in a class.
But like you said, this you got to practice, because what you go get in class is just what I gave you. So and this is what makes people better when they come to class. If you do this before you come to class, you're gonna be fine because you're gonna know the basic patterns, right? Then we can move on to other stuff. But this is the fundamental stuff that I find most people don't know and understand. And that's why I'm trying to give you all that.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Benita, right?
Yes.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I'll see you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.